What up, y'all? It's your boy Twista doing what I do, representing GMG. And you watching the Drama Queen, you dig? Miss Drama TV. Holla.
They ain't rip it, they just plain can't get it. Not the way I spit it, cause I'm different, magnificent when I kick it, huh? Flow too vicious, see rappers like they delicious, killing everything with you.
Reloaded means a little bit of both, but for me it's mostly Twista. Like Twista coming back again, and like I'm geared up, prepared to let y'all see how I get it in once again.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha.
So it's like, you know, gearing people, getting them ready
right
for how I'm gonna go when it comes to the Dark Horse in my album.
Absolutely, and that's a perfect segue because you know, you mentioned Dark Horse, which is coming up. That title is very ominous. It seems like, you know, is this a dark part in your life that you're kind of revealing to us? Kind of give us some ideas on what this title really represents, because Dark Horse, you know, usually people think something
think dark or something eerie.
Yeah, eerie,
but
right.
No, like really Dark Horse represents the person who you least expect to win to come out on top.
Okay.
You know, like the girl who won in the Olympics, the
Gabby,
girl,
right.
You know, like that was a dark horse. You know, somebody who you wouldn't expect to win or something like that. So it's like, you know, I just feel like with me doing my thing and being so laid back sometimes that people don't expect to see me go so hard when it's time to deliver the music. So that's what the Dark Horse represents.
So it's a little bit like those who underestimated you perhaps can kind of see that this Dark Horse stay winning.
Either underestimate me, definitely stay winning, but either underestimate me or just not seeing it coming.
I enjoyed it because to me it was that adrenaline feel. Like I felt amped when I was listening to it. But talk about the strategy, if there was any, with this mixtape.
It's usually a strategy towards the songs. Like as a whole, that's when I've recorded a compilation of songs, and then I start to pick songs that come with a strategy from an album perspective. But starting off is usually just a strategy with the songs. And so when I was doing the joint with Ab Soul, it was because of the see, I got tongue twisted. People don't think I mess up. You just saw it. But doing the joint with Ab Soul, you know, it was the vibe I was on. I felt like it was something that he should be on. My assistant was like, man, you should get Ab Soul on that joint. I was like, I feel you. It's a good combination. So that's how I came with that one. And just certain ones, like the Pimp On joint with my guy from Psychodrama, just a certain feel. So I definitely put a lot of thoughts into my songs.
Yeah. Do you think artists who don't write their own lyrics, especially MCs, who self-proclaimed MCs, should be considered credible if they're not writing their own music?
Yes, because hip-hop started with songs with artists who didn't write the lyrics.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Know that. You know, some of the first songs, if you study back and look at the first rap songs that ever came out, some of the rappers didn't write some of the lyrics. You know, to those. So I know it's songs like LL helped MC Light write certain songs, or this person helped this person. So always in hip hop that's been going on. Biz Markie has songs from Big Daddy Kane, you know, so that's always been a part of hip hop.
Do you think new artists today should be not writing their music? I mean,
I think it's choice. I think because you still have that word entertainer out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's choice. I still haven't seen a ghostwriter get trashed or slammed yet. I think the closest thing I ever seen to somebody out there famous and then you finding out that they weren't doing something was Milli Vanilli. That was probably one of the last times I saw somebody get trashed or slammed for not doing something that they were saying they was doing.
There was recently conversations that Nas didn't write, you know, his Untitled or, you know, N-word album. I mean, that's what the conversation was saying. I wasn't there. I don't know what exactly happened, but they said that Stickman from Dead Prez wrote it, and there was conversations, and Jay Electronica also contributed to it.
Well, I don't believe that Nas didn't write some of the album, but with Nas's lyrical ability, why would you even care if he got somebody to write him a song? You know what I'm saying? Well, like he couldn't go in there and do it himself, like Jay Electronica writing him a song, so it was like, what? He was getting a ghostwriter, so take the ghostwriters away. What are you left with? Nas, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So
Chief Keef, and he has said in different things and in publications and interviews, you know, he's not necessarily feeling some of the artists that are currently out. You know, I don't think he's a big fan of Kanye. Would you work with him, knowing kind of his style and how your style is?
Well, definitely, like with me, I'm always trying to stay a part of hip hop as it moves forward. So I definitely don't want to be in a position or place where somebody looks at me like an artist that isn't current enough to do music with. So I'm always gravitating towards the young sound and what they're doing, because I feel like if so many people are paying attention to it, then it must be something that they're doing right, or they wouldn't pay that much attention. So you sitting there by yourself saying that's whack, but then it's 300,000-400,000 people viewing, you know what I'm saying? So it must be something that you might be missing, you know. So I'm always trying to find that thing right there. But as far as what he putting out, I think the younger guys, they just into themselves right now.
Okay, what does that mean though? That
means back in the days you could ask somebody, man, well, who you listening to, and they'll start naming people. But right now you might say, man, who you listening to? I'm vibing to myself right now.
Okay,
you know, I'm
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's both with anything you do.
Okay.
You know, so I think, you know, in that sense, it depends. You know, it's different people. It may stop you in the sense of growing when it comes to certain music if you don't pay attention to what's going on out there. But at the same time, you will always sound different if you don't pay attention to what's going on out there. So I just think, you know, to each his own. And some people just vibe with they self, and they got their whole vibe and their movement, and that's why you gravitate towards them. So you know, and then he's younger right now. As he grows, gets into the industry a little more, you know, he might change his view. But right now, it's about his sound and his music, baby.
So would you say artists like Keef and others who are on the come up, is that the future of Chicago right now?
Yeah, it's a lot of guys that's getting out. You got Chief Keef, you got King Louis, you got guys from the GMG camp that I got, you know, Showtime, Mellow the Gutter Man. So you got, it's always a melting pot of Chicago. It's never really one sound. Another thing, people always think you can do one thing and then you made it. They always say, I made it. But I think the I made it is the act of continuously making it.
Right, you know, the process perhaps, right?
Not a process, just a continuous thing. Something that's like breathing almost. You know
right, you don't stop.
Man, I want to be with Cayenne because he made it. No, he dropped this song and it was hot. Then he did this and it was hot. Then he did this and it was hot. Then you realize, okay, he didn't make it. It's that he keeps doing it over and over again. So that's one of the biggest things I tell him is, just because you dropped a jam don't mean you made it. Keep dropping jams and then you made it. You know, we got Club Swagger in Chi-Town that I'm trying to be, you know, build up a little bit. We got the youth center. You know, I got the clothing line thing I'm doing, but I also got my own brand, you know, that I'm getting out there. You can check that out, Twista.com. And just, you know, doing the music and really having fun with it. Like, you know, like I said earlier, it was a lot of stresses and you're dealing with a lot of hardships, but this point in my career, I've been through so many bumps and I learned a lot of things, so I'm really just having fun with life right now. Like, that's one of the things that drive me is to constantly show the fans that I never lost the touch. You know, so to keep that shock value going, like, man, he don't stop. So it's like, I like that ooh feeling, like when people be like, oh damn, you know, he's snapping. You know, I gotta make that feeling, or I ain't doing my job.
You ain't doing your job. And that's a great type of motivation to have. I mean, to really go after that.
Sometimes I separate the words rap and hip hop. Sometimes.
Well, hip hop is a culture, so I can understand that.
Yeah, you know, I feel like some artists may not even consider themselves so-called hip hop, but just more rappers or entertainers. You know, and I feel like it's different ways to appreciate music. Sometimes you just want to feel good with music. Sometimes you want to jam to it. Sometimes you want to get in the bed and do your thing to it. And sometimes you want to hear lyricism, MCs. You want to hear hip hop songs. So when you break them down into different categories, I'm happy with where I see all of it going. You know, when I hear club music, street music, or that certain vibe, I love where they're able to take that to. You know what I'm saying? And then when I hear music with certain artists where they come in with that whole lyricism, or whether they're trying to be conscious or have a certain element of hip hop, I see like where it's going now, where they're taking it to, and I like where it's going. You know, sometimes I feel like doing music or the music, I don't want to say industry, but I think it's so many people doing music that it becomes congested, and people release more mixtapes than you able to listen to one song sometimes.
Little mama, I can see you got the look. Let me wrap my arms around you like an octopus. You know I'm that shit. You know that it ain't funny. Let me hop up on the hand like a bunny. What's the next word?
Banana.
You know I got the grammar. Come down like a hammer. stick this thing in you like a banana. I'm sorry. I just was off the top.
I ain't wire right. I'm about to set this bitch on fire. I ain't wire right. I ain't wire right. Nah, I ain't wire right. Cause a blackout in this bitch. Now can I get a witness?